You made those points. The new entrant into the Uttar Pradesh political phrase, the Aam Aadmi Party. Kamal Mitra Chanoy representing the party joining us on our program tonight. It's Noida and Ghaziabad, the urban pockets neighbouring Delhi, which have the brightest chance of delivering for the Aam Aadmi Party. Our poll seems to suggest that Kumar Vishwas doesn't have much of a chance in Amethi. Very clearly, maybe because of lack of time, the idea of the Aam Aadmi Party hasn't seeped in yet into Uttar Pradesh.
That is true, but you see how quickly the idea seeped into Delhi. There wasn't much of a run-up time there either. So I think it will seep in. But one interesting factor which will influence UP is that despite Muzaffarnagar and Shamli, your results show that Mulayam has done quite well.
Yes.
It would, and the Modi is doing extremely well, is based on the collapse of the Congress. If you add on the Congress seats that are lost from 21 to 4, that's a large part of the increase for Modi.
Professor Radhakumar, Uttar Pradesh delivered the big numbers for the Congress in the 2009 Lok Sabha elections. Now with the tally plummeting, it just shows the downward spiral that happened in the assembly elections is now continuing into the Lok Sabha projections as well.
Well, I don't think that Uttar Pradesh actually delivered very large numbers for the Congress in the previous election. If you look at the figures, they're not very high. But certainly, your poll predicts a disastrous decline. And I would only say that that should be a wake-up call for the Congress. We have seen clearly that there's been huge infighting in the local Congress. I also would take a further point over here, which is that Uttar Pradesh, which by the way I happen to come from, is a state which anyway is regionally very divided. And it's very difficult to make conclusions on voting patterns across that state. Indeed, I think Mayawati was right in talking about the need to divide Uttar Pradesh. I think that would be a much more interesting election. That's a separate debate.
Veer Sanghvi is also joining us on the program. Rahul Gandhi, looking at the numbers over here, would not be very happy with what's happening in Uttar Pradesh. They're completely out of the picture, and it seems it's the BJP that's gaining the most, Mr. Sanghvi.
Yeah, I agree. I think the interesting thing is that the SP seat share is not affected as dramatically as one would imagine after so many years of misgovernance. The BSP seat share is only a marginal gain. Everything that the BJP is getting really seems to be coming from the Congress. There is an aspirational vote, as Kiran Bedi said, in Uttar Pradesh, of people who want a better deal, who are tired of being sort of the sick man of the cow belt of India, who want to be like Gujarat or anywhere. Some years ago, when Rahul Gandhi led the Congress to that largest victory in Uttar Pradesh in the parliamentary elections, there was a sense that the Congress could do that. These results show a complete disappointment with the Congress and a shift in that vote which Modi is now getting.
And disappointment not just with the Congress, Gaurav Bhatia, disappointment also with Akhilesh Yadav, because we're seeing in these numbers a lot of the young voters in Uttar Pradesh now desert Akhilesh and head towards Modi's bandwagon because they think Akhilesh has been a letdown. One of the reasons why you went over the bump in the way that you did in the assembly elections was because a lot of the young aspirational vote came over to you. Now that vote is running away from the Samajwadi Party, spelling trouble for your folks.
Rahul, I think that is not correct. And the survey size you said was 27,000. Let me tell you that there were more than 2.3 crore people who voted for Samajwadi Party in the 2012 elections. There was a manifesto, the promises that the party made, and more than 75% of the promises that we made in the manifesto have been implemented also only in a short span of 2 years. The youth are attending the rallies by Samajwadi Party in abundance. In fact, I think the popularity amongst the youth of Mr. Akhilesh Yadav has increased. So this time again, when the 2014 results come out, the media would be in for a surprise. And it is not right to say that, you know, there is less popularity for the young leader of Samajwadi Party, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav.
Okay.
One more thing I would like to emphasize upon, that your survey, probably a national picture of your survey would show that, you know, the regional forces would play a major role in the next elections, and because of which also the voters are looking towards Samajwadi Party, which they know would play a very crucial role in the formation of the government at the center. So probably they do not wish to go with the Congress which has failed them, and with the BJP that does not have secular credentials and have not been able to deliver, at least in the state of UP when they had their government for 6 years. Mr. Narendra Modi said, give me 60 months. They got 72 months in UP. Their state government never delivered. They have never been voted to power in the state of UP.
Okay, Sudhindra Bhaduria, the one other thing these numbers indicate is if that from here on there is even a slight increase in the voting percentages for the BJP, Modi's tally could increase very quickly. This 30 can become 35, can become 40, can go up even further with just 1 or 2 extra voting percentages. That's the electoral logic of Uttar Pradesh, and that is essentially votes coming away from votes that would have otherwise gone to the BSP. So the biggest threat really is to Banerjee.
Let me tell you one more thing. In any such election, there is a polarized election between two major political players.
Yes.
From your polls, it seems that the two major political polls are going to be the BJP and the BSP. In this, I can assure you one thing. The secular vote, the vote of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, the OBC and the poor will gravitate towards the BSP, and BSP will come with astounding numbers, which I think all the hopes of different pollsters will be belied. And more particularly, the Samajwadi Party is on the decline, and I can tell you, all this vote is gravitating towards the BSP, and BSP is going to get in numbers and will give everybody a big
the
surprise.
assembly elections of 2012. BSP has been proven wrong. SP was able to, form a majority government.
Well,
this was exactly what you said during the 2012 election.
We have proven wrong Samajwadi Party on half a dozen occasions, so don't talk about
Only
one
time
occasion.
would tell when the
Before this
election
becomes
results
a
come out.
Mayawati versus Mulayam fight,
There
I
is
want to
no
ask
harm
Shiv
in dreaming. You may
Vishwanathan,
dream.
because the reality is that Muslims in Uttar Pradesh want to keep Modi out. That's what the numbers indicate, and they will vote tactically. So where they see SP being in with a chance of beating Modi, that's where the vote will go. Where they think Mayawati has a better chance of beating Modi, that's where the vote will go. They're thinking strategically here.
In fact, I think there's a lot of strategic thinking taking place, because the idea that the Congress is on decline seems to explain too many things. And I think there one has to be careful, regardless of the wave. Take urban youth. It seems to be strategic decisions. Take most minorities. They seem to be behaving tactically. Take upper caste. They're behaving tactically. So I think beyond strategy, what we have to look at is the tactical variations this election is going to give. That is going to affect results.
Okay, Rajiv Desai works very, very closely with the Congress media communications campaign. This is bad news, sir, from Rahul Gandhi's perspective, because this is the state that literally brought the Congress back into power. Now, the Congress is a very fringe, very marginal player. People are only thinking about Modi. Either they like him or what can they do to keep him out? That seems to be the big question.
But I tend to agree with what Shiv is saying here, which is that there are a lot of assumptions at play here. One is that the Congress is on a decline. One is that people will vote strategically or tactically. I think that while these numbers obviously are almost incredible to me, if that's the case, then you're right. But I don't think it's going to work out that way.
Okay. Yes, Kamal Mitra Chinoy wants to make a point before I go across to Bihar.
I think two things. Number one, I think that the trend of voting shows that liberalization mantra was not enough. Otherwise, the Congress would have done much better as the people who started with liberalization. Secondly, I think once you have more players in, including AAP, then you will find that votes splinter, and then different kinds of tactical
No, but AAP
voting.
isn't a player on most seats. AAP is only a player in the NCR region, Noida,
AAP has
Ghaziabad.
decided to contest 400 seats. If it's going to contest 400 seats, it has to contest many more in UP.
Kiran Bedi, can AAP take away some of the aspirational voter that Modi is hoping to tap into? Do you think things could change between now and April, May?
Unless their priorities change from dharnas to governance. Otherwise, how do they? They have to, after all, time is the same. Either you spend on the outside rail bhavan or you send in the secretariat. So, therefore, I think that's the key. Where do they spend their time?
No.
And do they start focusing on governance and meeting those 16 promises which the Congress support is conditional? Because that's what Congress
Okay,
keeps
we'll
saying.
deal with Delhi, but that's the point. The AAP might be a player currently in Ghaziabad, in Noida, but if they continue with these antics, they could be out of the fray there as well, Bir Sanghvi.
Yeah, I think also there's a problem in that UP is a very sensitive state. You have to measure what you say, you have to be careful. The most prominent face of AAP in UP at the moment is Kumar Vishwas, who is essentially a second-rate stand-up comedian. He's a guy who makes fun of Shias, who makes fun of South Indians. You can't really present that kind of guy and say he's the hopes and aspirations of India. It doesn't wash.
Okay, we need to slip into a break. When we come back, we will shift gear and head into Bihar. We'll take you through all the states as we build up to the big national picture. So we're heading into a break on the India Today Mood of the Nation opinion poll. We'll be back with the results for Bihar.